Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 6th, 2022, and Bitcoin is still in an uptrend. Guys, today we're going to have a brief live stream. I'm a bit behind schedule, so we're just going to really drill down, talk about the main points. We're not going to do the extensive watch list altcoin sort of summary analysis, nor will we go into any particular altcoin requests today. Apologies. I'm just a bit behind schedule. I can do that all tomorrow. But today we're going to talk about what the DXY is doing. Obviously, this is why we have the live stream at the open of the DXY on Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. Whether holiday or not, given that the DXY is the market mover, it is the reason Bitcoin goes up and down. It's the reason that equities and stocks and all that stuff goes up and down. It's the main mover of markets, right? It doesn't take holidays. So we're going to look at what it's doing. And then we're going to obviously look at Bitcoin. And then, obviously we're just going to extrapolate from there what is likely to happen. So if that interests you, then keep watching. We're going to have a shorter stream today. But still, shout yourselves out in the chat. All right. Starting off with the DXY. We gapped up. What does that mean? That means, right, when trading stops on Friday afternoon, right, there's no data, and then trading started up again, a couple hours ago, or a couple hours ago, more or less, and we gapped up, okay? And typically what you do is if you gap up or gap down, you're eventually gonna come down and fill it. Typically you fill it, a few candles after gapping up or down. So I don't mind this gap up, especially because we're in a massive downtrend, and it looks like if we go on a smaller time frame, you can see this even more clearly. You put in a 1, 2, 3 wave move. What do we know about 3 wave moves? They're corrective, and in context of this larger downtrend that we have right here, right, which is what you would call an impulsive wave, right? This corrective move is an intra-corrective move, intra-consolidation or intra-wave move for more downside, okay? So that's what I'm looking at. Support and resistance, you have this dotted line. If you follow this work, if you follow my analysis, you know that represents a 14-year, yes, 14-year support or resistance line, okay? And that is what we bounced off of. So we came down here, bounced off of that 14-year support, bounced and came through it, retesting it right now as resistance, and now we're rejecting off of it. That's run-of-the-mill price action. That's what we would expect. We wouldn't expect anything less, right? You don't go through some major support or resistance without doing that. Break, retest, and follow through. So this is what I see on the DXY. This continuing to go down means Bitcoin, alts continue to go up. Stocks continue to go up. Obviously, tomorrow might be a holiday, so stocks may be closed. Not exactly sure. I work daily, so I don't really take breaks. I don't know if tomorrow is an official holiday. In any case, moving over to Bitcoin, a lot of people are going to get confused by intra-wave corrections, right? Because the whole point, and one of the biggest challenges in being an analyst, a speculator, is trying to figure out what each correction means, right? That's essentially all you do as a speculator, as a market technician. you want to figure out what's going on when price is doing this. It's correcting, right? Or when it's consolidating. And after it does all of that, will it go like this or will it go like that? That's essentially, if you have to boil technical analysis trading down to one activity, that is the most important activity. Try to understand corrective price action, okay? And this corrective price action, once again, is a 3-wave sequence. If you can't see because of my markings, I'm going to hide them briefly, just so you guys can see, okay? So look at this. Again, we know, according to Elliott Wave theory, that corrective waves move in 3 wave or in patterns of 3 or in flavors of 3, okay? A, B, C, W, X, Y, W, X, Y, X, Z. Those are all flavors of 3. That's why we call them double 3s and triple 3s for complex corrections. Here, you have an impulse, and then you have a break, you have a counter, and then you have your final wave, okay? So I'm reading this as a 3-wave move, and I have it here labeled as a WXY, which is a complex correction, and this is a flat correction, okay? It's a complex flat correction, and it's a running flat, okay? What's a running flat? Okay, really quickly, I encourage everybody who's serious about learning how to read, especially using Elliott Wave theory, go and study, some books like Elliott Waves Made Simple by Steve Sinclair, Elliott Waves Made Simple by Steve Sinclair, or The Wave Theory by Prechter and Frost, 11th edition, which is the newest edition. That's more advanced. But first, start off with a beginner basic manual, and learn what a regular flat is, or like a run-of-the-mill flat, what a running flat is. So running flats I talk about a lot because we're seeing them a lot these days. They're particularly bullish because this is the A wave, or this is the W wave, X wave, Y wave, or A, B, C, it doesn't matter. And this final wave is your impulsive wave. And when your impulsive wave doesn't come down to the level of your W or A wave, that's particularly bullish. And why does that happen? It's because there are too many buy orders, or too much buy pressure in this region for this impulse to come all the way down. So essentially what you get are ending diagonals. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 5 waves of 3, okay? You get ending diagonals, which you can see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Something like 1, 2, 3. I think that's the final wave, okay? So you got an ending diagonal, which I believe is complete, and now you're looking to continue this impulse, okay? So that's the trick. The trick is figure out what Bitcoin's doing. And if you figure out what Bitcoin or any asset is doing in a correction, then you can trade that. If you're in a trade, what you don't do is sell out, right? Because this is nothing compared to this and what's coming after, right? So an amateur, the amateurs, the beginners, the non-seasoned traders are going to sell this, okay? They may have experienced all of this, but they see this and they can't read it as an intra-wave correction. Maybe they read it as a consolidation reversal, right? Meaning the price is going to reverse on all of this, right? In which case, they'd be correct. This is when you want to sell off. But if it's in intra-wave correction, this is the worst time to sell off, especially, now let's move on to the higher time frame, especially since we're basically, in terms of support and resistance, basic support and resistance, you did something here. You broke resistance. There was a resistance here, you broke it. All you're doing is retesting that resistance. Sometimes it helps zoom out a bit, and if you can't make out, if you use Elliott Wave or whatever, simplify things. Use basic support and resistance. Basic support and resistance would have you really see this as a break and retest, right? You broke, retest, now you play out. That's it. That's all there is to it. So that's on the 4-hourly time frame. A simple break and retest of that resistance. And obviously, the other important part is, why do you not want to sell this? Not only is it a local break and retest, but you're essentially creating a massive W pattern of which you're at an important neckline. Do you understand? Like, so on the smaller time frames, you can see it's a break and retest. Retest is old resistance as new support. On a higher time frame, you're doing the same stuff. Do you understand? On the higher time frame, you're creating this massive pattern. So the last thing you want to do is sell out of this impulse, sell out of this impulsive pattern to the upside, because you're making higher highs and higher lows, and you've been doing so ever since October 13th. Okay, so like the amateur is going to sell off. They're going to read this local retracement as a reversal. So, and it's not, I'm not going to say they're stupid or anything, because this is not simple, but with some time, with a bit of experience, you can see these things, see these patterns, and you're going to spot the uptrend. You're going to spot the highly probable uptrend. Nothing's 100%. I don't know for 100%, okay? It's just playing probabilities, using your understanding of price action, using tools like Elliott Wave theory, and then also using your indicator. So you throw on an indicator like what I just did here, your stochastic RSI. It's a momentum indicator. What's this say? It basically says that ever since the top of what I call this X wave coming all the way down, okay, and forming this running flat, right, that I showed on the smaller time frame, you pretty much completely reset your stochastic RSI momentum indicator from overbought to oversold. Do you understand? If this were really a reversal, what you would see is the momentum would have still stayed overbought, basically leaving a huge runway for this kind of activity. Do you understand? So sometimes you want to use your indicators to corroborate your reads, right? Let's see. So that's on the 4-hourly time frame, and that's telling, okay? On the hourly time frame, what do you have? You have confluence, okay? The hourly time frame is also saying, guys, we're completely oversold, okay? This is pretty much the retracement. So again, this running flat, it's a 3-wave move, it's a correction, and it's coming to an end. The hourly time frame showing you the same. So not only using your skills in technical analysis, using reading price action, which should always be primary, but you corroborate all of these reads with a solid, simple momentum indicator or an indicator like the stochastic RSI. You can throw in volume, right? A lot of these primary indicators, which are very helpful. And you can see, what does the volume show? Volume shows that basically everything that's happening to the upside is corroborated with volume. Okay, is this volume corroborated? Every retracement is volume divergent. That basically tells you that the trend is indeed up. Do you understand? If this were a reversal, you would see volume start to increase as the price moved down. That's basically price saying, yes, indeed, we do want to go down. And as it goes down, more sellers are joining in, selling off into the move. Do you understand? So use your indicators. I would just keep it simple. A lot of people use way too many indicators that they don't know how to use. Learn how to, put your effort and your time and your energy into using price action, reading price action, understanding price action, and then find a few basic indicators that, they're indicators of indicators. Basically, all of the other indicators use these and as they're derivatives of the main indicators, right? So you want to be able to have a good grasp on volume, on momentum, stochastic RSI, something like that, or RSI, and then you can add others to the mix, but you should really not try to overdo it with indicators, in my opinion, until you really get a good feel for how to use them and what they mean. Okay, so we read the DXY. We could see that the DXY seems to be at some resistance, right? Not just support and resistance, but also it's putting in. It looks like it's at the end of a three-wave move. It created a gap. It's probably going to fill that gap with a move back down. Okay. And we looked at Bitcoin. We can also look at Bitcoin dominance, right? And we've been looking at this on the channel quite a bit. And what's Bitcoin dominance? That's the percentage of market cap that Bitcoin comprises of the total cryptocurrency market cap. And we've seen that Bitcoin dominance is going down, and we've studied, high time frame sort of price action of Bitcoin dominance as well as Bitcoin. And we know that Bitcoin dominance should go down in a bull market, in a crypto bull market. So when Bitcoin dominance is going down, that means we're in a crypto bull market, and that's exactly what we're getting. And now we formed what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a complete pattern. That is a complete corrective pattern. Okay? That's exactly what you should expect, right? Again, everything happens in threes, and you have to obviously be able to count it, right? And that comes, that brings, or that calls to bear your skills in reading price action. But you see, again, flavors of three, patterns of three. That's your initial break of structure, A wave. This is your counter, B wave, okay? A flat correction. And then this is your final impulse to the upside. All you need here on a smaller time frame is the consolidation reversal to continue the trend. That trend continuing to the downside basically says the crypto bull market will resume, because market dominance for Bitcoin will continue to drop. Okay? And this is a 4-hourly time frame. Where do you see the momentum indicator? Again, your corroborative indicator is showing you that it's completely overbought. Okay, so this is a great sign to corroborate my main thesis, which is the title of this episode, which is Bitcoin is still in an uptrend. Crypto is still in an uptrend. The uptrend will continue. Okay, so that's basically it. We have a few minutes, so what we're going to do now is going to run really quickly through our watch list. Guys, I hope you've gotten value and you're getting value from this analysis, okay? Really quickly, Cardano, you can see the same thing happening, right? So on the hourly time frame, you're seeing that you put in a 5-wave move and then you put in a 3-wave move down, okay? That's exactly what you expect. You also expect, in terms of Elliott Wave theory, for this 5-wave move to take just as long as this 3-wave move. So you have parity in time and in price. Waves of the same degree are they're proportionate, or they're not always equal, but they're approximately equal, let's say, in time and in price. Okay, so the price is, you get that 618 retracement to the 0618, or the Fibonacci golden mean, and then in time, of course, the time is comparable, right? The time it takes to go up 5 and down 3 is about the same. Okay, so this is the uptrend. This is the trend. This is the retracement. The trend should continue just like it will in Bitcoin. Okay, highly probable that that is the case. Okay, Polkadot looks like also an uptrend with the retracement. However, this does not look like a wave 2 retracement. That looks like a wave 4 retracement, okay? But still, it's a trend, intra-wave retracement, intra-wave consolidation, continue the trend, okay? The uptrend will continue. Ethereum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, okay? The time it took to go up 5 is around the same time it took to go down 3. The trend will continue. This is intra-wave correction, okay? People who don't know how to read charts, people who don't know how to read price action, think this is any sort of wave correction, any retracement is a complete and total utter failure and, total retracement, and that's why they sell way too early. They have to quickly buy back if they can recognize it, but just hold your positions, relax, and let it play out. You need 5 of these, you need 3 of these. You need 5 waves in total before it's all said and done. And in a bull market, it's hard to tell when those 5 are up because you typically get wave extensions, right? And you got to be able to really read your ass off to be really keen on seeing where the waves extended and not. The best is to buy and hold in a bull market. You buy and hold. You just get out of the way. Okay. All right. The trend will continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the theme. 1, 2, 3. Do you see? The theme is the same. The time it took to go up 5 is the same time it took to go down 3. The 0618 Fibonacci retracement, which defines bullish momentum, is maintained. Okay. So you're seeing the same thing throughout the crypto market, guys. Here in synthetics, you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ending diagonal in wave 5. 1, 2, 3, zigzag. The time it took to go up 5 is the same time it took to come down 3. This is what you're getting in the markets, okay? If you look at the support and resistance, what do you see? Again, you can corroborate your reads in your fancy Elliott Wave analysis in basic support and resistance. There's nothing wrong with that, and you should probably do that because good analysis is simple. There's so many, way too many, even some talented analysts, right, in GAN and Elliott Wave, they always have some super uber complex, back of the book, one-off, wave to tell you that is going to happen, or they have 50 million different options and opinions and saying, well, we look at both. Yeah, you can look at both, but you got to choose one, or else what the hell are you doing? You choose the most probable. Everybody looks at everything, right? Obviously. But you have to choose the most probable and run with that, right? To rattle off all these different options as to what can happen that's not analysis. I don't know what that is. Right? Analysis is looking at the most probable scenario and talking about it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. Then you switch to plan B or whatever. But let's keep it simple. This is an inverse head and shoulders, break, retest, and now you break out. That's it, right? Elliott Wave theory, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Continue, right? No matter how you slice it, the uptrend will continue, all right? Let's keep going. VRA. What do you see? Again, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Time it took for the 5 waves, about the same time it took for the 3 waves down. Okay? Highly probable that this indeed is an uptrend that is going to continue. Okay? Don't get scared off by the wave 2. The most of the market, most of the amateur market gets scared off by wave 2. By definition. Literally by definition. I've talked about it before. Most people don't know. They sell into strength because they think that's the end of the trend. But they don't know wave 3 is coming up, and that is the meat of the move. Okay? 5 waves up, 3 waves down, same thing, respecting the 0618 Zilliqa. Ravane. I don't know what's going on with Ravane. Irvine, you got to look on a higher time frame. We don't have time. Kadena. This actually is a little different. This is a corrective move. All of it right here. This is a 3-wave move. This hasn't moved impulsively yet. Litecoin. Okay, this is not a wave 2. This looks like, to me, it's a complex wave 4. Okay. Don't have time to go into too much detail. Dogecoin looks like it still has one wave to go. This looks like a complex wave 4 correction. This looks like an AB base. This looks like it has one wave to go before retesting the top of this channel. Okay, I've done that analysis. That's what I'm speaking to. But I can't. I'm not like a super genius. It's just I've done that before. Dodo. 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Yep. And I think those 5 waves up are like something like this. I don't know. Looks like something like that. Okay. Algorand. I think this is an intra wave 4 correction, perhaps. Something like that. But it's matriculating up for its, extended wave 5. I don't know exactly where it's at, to be honest. Don't have time to break it down. But same here in Telcoin. It is in an advance, and we've been counting it ever since down here, and it's just continuing to go up. Will it stop? Whoops. Will it stop here? I don't think so. I think it's probably going to extend even more. Let's go on a higher time frame real quick. Yeah, I mean, it looks very, very likely. And see, this is the issue with people trying to, I counted 5 waves. I'm going to get out because I'm scared, and I'm pretty much PTSD'd from the bear market. Look, support and resistance, you just broke resistance. You're retesting it as support. Don't touch it. Just get out of the way. That should be the main move. XRP did something really nice. Look at this. You put in this B wave, this triangle correction. You broke out. What did you do? You retested the top of the triangle. What do you expect is going to happen? Very likely. Also, that's one read. Second read, let's go on the hourly time frame, and we're almost out of time, but let's finish this up. You got what looks like to me a zigzag, A wave and a B wave, but that B wave respect to 0618 because that's what zigzags do. Okay, that's what I think is going on in XRP. I think it's corrective, but still it's a 5 wave, 3 wave. Expect a 5 wave move. And Dent, I think this is another case of this may be another case of 5 waves up and 3 waves down. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. I hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. We did end up going through quickly the watch list. Hope it wasn't too rushed. I hope you have a great weekend if you're American, and I think there's a holiday tomorrow. Enjoy the holiday. If not, whatever, enjoy your Monday, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.